Let me tell you a story about a boy the world couldn't get enough of. A boy whose smile made millions scream, whose posters covered bedroom walls, and whose every step created headlines. That boy was Donny Osmond. He grew up in a spotlight brighter than most people ever experience. Concerts, TV shows, interviews, crowds, fame. He was everywhere. Girls cried when they saw him. They fainted at concerts. They wrote his name in notebooks. They dreamed about him to the world. He wasn't just famous. He was the teenage heartthrob. But sometimes when the whole world wants you, you start longing for someone who sees you not as a star, but as a person. And one day, in the middle of all that chaos, Donny found exactly that in a very unexpected place. He walked into a roller skating rink in Utah. No cameras, no stage, no crowds. Just a regular place. And that's where he saw her, Debbie Glenn. She wasn't screaming. She wasn't staring. She wasn't trying to get his attention. She was just laughing with her friends, skating peacefully, completely unaware that the most famous teenage boy on earth had just stopped in his tracks. To Donny, she felt refreshing, a breath of quiet air in a life filled with nonstop noise. She didn't treat him like a celebrity. She didn't melt when she saw him. She didn't care about the fame. And in that moment, Donny realized something he hadn't felt in years. Someone was looking at him, not his spotlight. He fell for her, fast, hard, but there was a problem. He couldn't let the world know. Back then, teen idols weren't allowed to date publicly. Managers warned him, if fans find out you're in love, your career could be over. So Donny did what he had to do. He kept Debbie a secret. Late night phone calls, private little dates, small stolen moments, a hidden love story. And the beautiful part? Debbie didn't want anything from him. Not fame, not money, not attention. She would have loved him even if he were a nobody. That's exactly the kind of love a global superstar doesn't get very often. Years passed. Their bond grew stronger. But the pressure grew stronger too, until finally one day, Donny decided he didn't care what the world thought, in 1978. He announced he was getting married to Debbie Glenn, and people lost their minds. Fans cried, some screamed, industry people panicked. Magazines went wild. Producers told him he ruined his image. Everyone warned him his career would collapse, and honestly, they weren't entirely wrong. His fame dipped. The teen idol spotlight faded. Work slowed down, but Donny didn't regret it for a second. He always said, when I married Debbie, I didn't lose anything. I gained everything because Debbie wasn't there for the fame. She was there for him. She was the steady, quiet force he needed. When his career struggled, she didn't push him. She didn't complain. She didn't say, look what you gave up. Instead, she said, we'll get through this together. And they did. Donny rebuilt his life, his career, and his happiness with Debbie right beside him. Not in the spotlight, but as the heart of his home. Their marriage survived the highs, the lows, the fame, the criticism, the pressure, the reinventions, the entire world watching, and through it all, they stayed best friends. A lot of Hollywood marriages last month. Theirs has lasted over 4 decades, 5 children, grandchildren, laughter, challenges, memories, a lifetime. And you know what makes their story truly beautiful? The world wanted him, but he chose the one person who loved him quietly, deeply, faithfully. The girl who didn't scream his name. The girl who didn't chase the spotlight. The girl who didn't care about his fame. He chose Debbie Gwen Daw, and in doing so, he chose peace over pressure, love over popularity, happiness over hype, because sometimes the best love story isn't the one full of grand gestures or Hollywood drama. Sometimes it's the simple, steady, loyal love that stays when the cheering stops. This is the love story of Donny Osmond and Debbie Glenn, a reminder that the world may want you, but real happiness belongs to the one who understands your heart.